welcome if you're new to my channel. If you've been rocking with me for a while, welcome back. Guys, today I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons of trucking from my standpoint. As you guys can see, I'm relaxed in the truck. I'm in the bunk, just laid back because I'm going to be shutting it down, going to sleep pretty soon. I've always been the type to tell bad news first if I had to choose between bad or good. So we're going to talk about the cons first, okay? So the first con that I point out is that every trucking company has some kind of issue, okay? There is not one perfect one. I don't care if you have opened your own trucking business, there's still some issues there. There is still going to be somebody who may come to work for you who's going to think that there's some kind of issue. You have to understand these are human beings that's running these businesses, so they're liable to make mistakes. Things happen, miscommunication. It's always something. So if you don't have that kind of mindset come in, understanding that things are like that, then you're going to get very frustrated because this trucking world is just crazy. So every company you go to, it doesn't matter if you go to one company and you find the issue there, so you decide to leave because you think the grass is greener on the other side, the next company is going to have an issue. So that's something that everybody should know getting into this, okay? You're going to have issues. You're going to have days that you're frustrated at the company because they done pissed you off. You can't get, it's like the communication is terrible between the dispatchers, or they're not understanding, or they're telling you something that makes no sense, or it's always something. So if you are thinking about coming to the trucking world, understand that. 2, understand that you are dealing with people on a regular. There's no way that you cannot deal with a person driving a truck. Yes, even if you drive by yourself, you still have to interact with people. You still have to stop at stores to fuel up. You still have to go to shippers and receivers, things of that nature. There are some very rude people, very rude, just so disrespectful. They don't care, especially if you are a woman coming to the trucking industry. As we all know, this is a male-dominant industry. Actually, there's many women that's starting to come on more, but people looked at the trucking industry as a male-dominant industry. So people still tend to look at women as if we're crazy, to be driving trucks. So just know that if you decide to come drive trucks, you are going to run into some very rude people, and that's something that you should be ready for. Make sure you have thick skin because some of these shippers and receivers are very rude, very. And you have to keep your cool and stay professional and try not to get back on their cases. 3, if you don't cuss before you start trucking, you probably will start in trucking. Let me tell you, people in 4-wheelers, they're so rude. Honestly, some of these truck drivers are rude as well, but it's really bad for the 4-wheelers. They do not care if you're trying to get over. They don't let you over. You end up missing your turns, your exits, things of that nature because they don't want to let you over. It's very crazy. So it's a lot of frustration when it comes to this field. Okay, a lot of frustration. So be prepared for that. 4, if you're a woman coming into this industry, you should be prepared because men are not used to seeing beautiful women come out into the trucking world. So there's going to be a million people that's going to try and hit on you or holler at you, however you phrase it. So it's going to make you feel a little weird unless that's your kind of thing. You like the attention, and if you do, you can hate by all means, that's you. But I don't like it, so it's a con to me. Okay, so just be prepared for that. I think that's enough for the cons for this video, but I could go on and on, but maybe I'll make a part 2 of this. So let's go on to the pros. Pro 1, if you're not like me, because I'm very introverted and antisocial, but it is a good thing because you get to network, you get to meet a lot of people out here driving trucks. So that's a good thing. You never know who you may run across on these lanes. You never know. So you always get to meet new people, and that's always a good thing. Pro 2, you're always seeing a new scenery. For some people, they haven't even been outside of their city, their hometown, their state. So to be able to become a truck driver and to travel the world and see new scenes, see new states, be the places you have never seen, you never imagined that you would go, is amazing. And a lot of people get into this because they want to be able to enjoy life. Okay? So if you want to be able to see different things, then maybe trucking will be good for you. Pro 3, after you've been, through the ugly phase of trucking, there's good money into it. Good money, okay? Some people get lucky and come in from the gate making good money, but it's very unlikely, okay? But if you're able to persevere and push through, there is good money to be made, and it can change your life, okay? 4, trucking is a lifestyle, okay? It's definitely going to change you in many ways, in a good way. It's going to make you become adaptive. You're going to be resourceful. Your character is going to be defined. It's going to make you have thick skin if you don't have it. It's going to make you be able to put up with things that you normally wouldn't put up with, because now you have something to lose. So this is, even though it has some cons, you have to weigh the good and the bad. And I get irritated a lot driving trucks. Oh gosh, yes. But when I sit back and I compare the pros to the cons, the pros always win. And that's why I'm still here. Yes, I have stressful days. Yes, I may not be home that often because I drive over the road. So I'm traveling all 48 states. I'm going weeks at a time. I don't see home that often. But the day that I do decide to stop driving, I get to go home to a house that I bought with my trucking money. Bought. And I use my trucking money. Yeah. I get to go home with a business that trucking money paid for, that trucking money invested in. I get to go home with savings and 401k accounts and stocks and everything. I get to go home prepared with trucking money. So I hope on this video you guys were able to learn a little bit. I hope that I was able to put a little insight in you, teach you some of the cons and some of the pros. And if you're interested in trucking and you want to know the way to go, feel free to comment. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Make sure you hit the little bell so you won't miss any of the other videos that I post about trucking. And I'll catch you guys next time. Enjoy your days. Bye-bye.